Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to MCScots.com's broadcast of today's game as the Maryville College Scots host the Covenant College Scots in the first round of the USA South Tournament. As Covenant begins with the basketball, and tough defense from Maryville to begin. A step-back jumper by number 12 is no good. That is Margot Kobe, the senior forward from St. Louis, Missouri. Maryville quickly gets it down the court. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will remain with Maryville as Libby Gardner will inbound it from under the goal. She'll get it in to Kelly Wandell. Now gets it over to Eckenrod. They'll swing it around. Ball in the hands of Varney. Now to Gardner. Swinging it back up top and now going across to Elsa. Elsa inside to Wandell. Wandell turns, kicks, three-pointer, and there is a whistle before the shot.
3 seconds. See, they got Wandell hanging around just a little long in there. So for those that enjoy listening to the Maryville games as well, you'll remember it feels a little like deja vu. We just did this last Wednesday night. So.
Absolutely, Scott. Just recently playing Covenant and a big win for Maryville that week as well. As Varney goes up and she is fouled as she tries to make the attempt on the layup. So no good on the layup, but she will shoot two.
And hate that foul will be on Ruthie Moore. That will be her first foul. And another steal from the league leader in steals from.
Yeah, Scott, that takes her to 111 steals this season for Claire Varney. Quite impressive as she just sunk the first free throw. Second free throw up, no good. And coming away with the rebound is Covenant. As coming down the court with the ball crossing half court is number 21, Cosette Kirsch. Kirsch moves the ball over to Ruthie Moore. Ruthie Moore will drive. Little push off there against Varney, Scott, but it looks like they're going to call it on Claire.
Yeah, a little questionable on that call right there. I believe the Ruthie Moore kind of dropped her shoulder a little bit into the chest of Varney. They called it on Varney, but looked a little bit more like that was offensive controlled.
Well, Scott, offensive uncontrolled this time as Covenant turns the ball over. A steal by Libby Gardner. They get the ball down court quickly. And now in the hands on the right side of the key to Claire Varney, who will bring it back up top. She'll drive inside and kick. Three ball, Eckenrod, no good. And Wandell with the rebound. Good job, Wandell goes right back up with it. It's good.
Good start for Wandell. Good power right there, forcing the ball back up. That's, again, what you want to see out of your post player.
Yeah, good post move by Kelly Wandell. Wandell has been such a great player for Maryville over the past 4 seasons. Celebrated Senior Day a couple days ago with her, I believe on Saturday, with her and Libby Gardner. And so certainly going to miss them after this season, but Maryville hopes their season is a long way from over as they hope to battle through this USA South tournament with an opportunity, hopefully, Scott, to reach the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just need a couple of good wins. They're going to call a foul on Kelly Wandell. On that will be 2 shots. That will be for Hannah Monday.
First free throw up and good for Monday. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Wandell. And here comes Libby Gardner crossing half court. She'll kick it over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod pump fakes, moves the ball around. Varney thinks about it, now drives, kicks. And losing the ball was Wandell, but there to help her out is Libby Gardner. Gardner with the ball on the right side, inside to Wandell. Wandell looking to kick it right back out. She does to Eckenrod. Eckenrod will drive. Swings it to Wandell. 3 ball. No good. And Gardner battling down low among the trees. Comes away with it. Good job, Libby Gardner. Eckenrod now has the basketball. She'll get into the corner and then have to pass out of it. She'll give it to Varney. Varney kicks right back to her. 3 ball. No good. So right now, Scott, 3 balls not falling for Maryville. They've recently been very hot from the three-point line. Haven't been able to find the rhythm today yet. As we'll have a substitution momentarily. Looks like Abby Joseph will be coming in. But before she does, Varney with another steal today. That's 2 for her and another basket.
Good job again by the artful dodger of the Maryville Scots basketball team.
So Cosette Kirsch gives the ball up to Ruthie Moore. Moore gets a pick from Kobe. Moore goes around, sees nothing. She's going to have to get rid of it as she picked up her dribble. Kobe's got it now. Almost losing the basketball that time was Hannah Monday. Good swarming and tenacious defense as a steal, and they'll get it up ahead to Claire Varney. Varney, fast break. No good. Rebounded by Kobe, and here comes Covenant as they start their own fast tempo. And nope, Kirsch is going to now slow things down, and she'll slowly cross the logo.
Warning. 6-11, please. Warning. Come on.
Either warning issued on Coach Trevelyan. Coming into the game now for Maryville Heath is, pardon me, Abby Joseph along with Courtney Carruthers. Also coming in for Covenant is Michaela Price along with Abby Dalton.
So Ruthie Moore now will drive.
We're going to call Carruthers on basically an arm bar.
They get it into Monday. Monday gets stolen by Carruthers. Carruthers trying to push tempo. She'll kick it over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod jump stop and then tries to get going again. That's going to be a double dribble.
Travel.
Oh, travel. I thought it was a double dribble. I thought she picked it up.
Looked like she started to and instead.
Gotcha. So turnover, and the ball now back to Covenant as they'll hand the ball off to Ruthie Moore. Moore up top. Moore gets it inside to Monday.
We're going to call Abby Joseph on the foul on that one.
And Scott, I hate to say this, but let them play. I mean, right now it looks like the physicality of the game, they're not letting them get physical at all.
Good steal by Shelby Hicks right there. Passes off over to Eckenrod.
Out of way. Eckenrod makes the basket, extends this lead 7-1 now.
Yeah, I agree. Let them play.
Yeah, we've just got some ticky-tack fouls early on, and I mean this is a great referee crew. We usually don't see them not let it be as physical as it usually is. So kind of surprising to see that early on as Abby Joseph tries to come away with the steal. It bounces off of her foot, and Covenant will now inbound.
Eighth entering the game for Covenant is Elsa Moore. She is replacing Cosette Kirch.
So Kobe to inbound for Covenant. She'll get the ball into Ruthie Moore. Ruthie Moore, the freshman guard at 5'7" from Lawrence, South Carolina. You and I were talking about before the broadcast started, Scott. This is still a Covenant team that's got some youth on it as they only have one senior on the roster.
Yeah, a very young team. A lot of freshmen on this team.
Abby Joseph for three. They're going to call a walk on Joseph. Scott, going back to the youth of this roster for Covenant, you've only got one senior on the team. That's Margot Kobe, the senior forward from St. Louis, Missouri. And you think about it, Scott, one of the key players on this team is Hannah Monday, and Monday's only a junior, so have her for one more season and more time for the coach of Covenant to really develop this team, and you can see improvement throughout the season from them. As Kirsch looks to drive inside, guarded heavily by Gardner. She's going to have to get rid of it. Moore is stolen by Claire Varney. That's her third steal today, and Varney's going to push it. She's going to bounce pass it over to Geralds, but there to intercept it is Covenant. Geralds gets her hands in, though, and causes a jump ball.
And that possession will go to Maryville. Good job by Geralds to get her hand on it. Pass was just a little softer, I think, than what Claire really wanted to get it over to her.
There's just been so much growth, Scott, from Holland Geralds this season. It's been fun to watch. And a three ball from Courtney Carruthers, and like that's the way she wants to start. Yeah, absolutely, Scott. Courtney Carruthers torched the Covenant College Scots last game she played them. She put up 37 points, was 8 of 11 from the three-point arc and 14 of 18 from the field as she connects on her first three-pointer today. Basket made that moments ago for Covenant, and so it is 10-3 Maryville with 4 minutes left remaining here in the first quarter. Claire Varney with the ball. She'll swing it around. Geralds will think about it, try to get it into Abby Joseph. Touched last by the Scots as they knock it out of bounds. So Maryville to inbound. I know that was confusing. I realized it after I said it. I've got to start saying Covenant and Maryville so everyone knows.
But you were right.
I mean, I was technically. Carruthers inbounds. She'll get it into Gardner. She'll get it over to Varney on the left side of the key. And we've got a foul inside.
I think they're going to call number 33. That is Michaela Price. Going to get her for a hand check on Joseph.
Varney to inbound. She'll get it to Joseph. Nice thought there. As soon as Joseph caught it, she kind of tipped it right over to Gerald's, hoping to catch the defense off guard. Unfortunately, Gerald's was caught off guard as well, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Cosette Kirsch crossing half court. She'll move it over to Moore. Moore looks to drive, trying to find an opening, not much doing, and Gerald comes in with the steal. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Monday.
I actually got fooled on that. I saw Claire stop, and I didn't realize that Courtney was already down there.
3 ball up, no good. That's an over the back.
Yeah, that was going to be on Elsa Moore, or Alyssa Moore. My apologies.
Abby Joseph to inbound for Maryville.
And that will be Moore's first foul.
Joseph gets it in to Libby Gardner. Gardner will get it over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod on the right side of the key will get it up top to Gerald. Gerald's now inside to Joseph. Joseph, post move, spin, fade away, no good. Rebounded by Eckenrod. Eckenrod now brings it out. She's going to hand it off to Joseph. Joseph pump fakes, and Scott, she's going to walk.
Yeah, that's the second time she's been called on that. She's trying to decide if she's going to shoot. You can see her shuffling her feet.
Mm-hmm.
Referees are catching her very quickly on that tonight.
Yep. Moore with the ball. Moore will drive. Go up with it. Good. 10-5. Maryville leads with 2:28 remaining here in the first quarter. As Gardner will get it over to Abby Joseph. Joseph, 3 ball, no good. Rebounded by Eckenrod. Eckenrod inside, goes up and is fouled.
And that will be on Monday.
The foul is on Covenant number 5, Hannah Monday. Her first 4 on the team.
A3 entering the game for Maryville is Kelly Wandell. She is replacing Holland Gerald.
First free throw, no good for Eckenrod. Second free throw, no good either. Not something you typically see from Elsa Eckenrod as she misses both, and it's still 10-5 Maryville. Cosette Kirsch coming now with the ball, and she'll hand it off to Moore, and they're going to call what appears to be a foul.
They're going to call that on Eckenrod.
The foul is on Maryville number 22.
There's been some active hands early on, Scott, trying to get in there and swipe the ball loose by Maryville, because Maryville's already got 7 steals. Eckenrod tries to do it there. She'll get called for it, and that'll send Ruthie Moore to the line.
One of the things you don't want to continue to compete with your steal total, though, is your team foul total, as Maryville already has 5.
Now, you're going to certainly have to be careful of that, as Abby Joseph will inbound the ball after Moore connects on her second free throw. So it's now a 4-point ball game. Gardner tries to get it over to Wandell. Good save by Kelly Wandell. She'll go inside. She'll go up with it and make the basket.
Good job for Kelly. Again, the same thing I've talked about before with her. You know, use her size and her power to be able to muscle herself out and get that easy shot.
Yeah, when she turns that aggressiveness on, it's hard to stop her down low, and it's fun to watch. As Moore will give the ball up to Kobe. Kobe back to Moore. Moore will swing it. He'll get it right back up top, move the ball around. Swinging it around the key right now. It's tough defense, and we see it again there as Kirsch tries to drive around Gardner, and Joseph comes in and pickpockets her. Carruthers with the ball. Carruthers. Yeah.
And walk.
She tried to step through and slide through the defense, and then midway through thought about passing and got caught.
She kind of ran into Margot Kobe. And
yeah.
Just a little more height than what she expected there.
Kobe with the ball, hands off to Moore. 3-ball, no good. And that looks appears to be another over-the-back call against Covenant. Yeah, I think there was some confusion there. It looked like he called it on Abby Joseph when it wasn't her. It was actually on Covenant, Hannah Monday. And Scott, you talked about Maryville College's fouls. It looks like Covenant's catching up.
Yeah, it does. And Hate's one of the things that's really bothered Maryville this year continues as they're struggling from the free throw line.
Well, and Scott, I think we can all agree as Maryville continues to hopefully advance in this tournament, that's going to be something they're going to have to improve upon because it could come down to free throws deciding the game. Wandale takes it herself inside.
Good
basket.
Good job.
Scott, no one was getting in Wandale's way that time, but she just took it straight to the rim around the defender and went straight up with it. That's probably one of the best plays of the year for me watching Kelly Wandale. I love to see that aggressiveness and her just taking it all the way to the rack.
Yeah, she definitely had a determined look on that one.
No good on the shot, rebounded by Carruthers, and Carruthers is fouled.
They're going to call that one, Heath, on number 15. That's going to be Ruthie Moore. That will be her second foul.
The foul is on Covenant, number 15, Ruthie Moore, her second. Here we go, Greg, come on. At the line for Maryville and 2 shots for the Carruthers.
First free throw up and good. Second free throw good as well. Scott, we had a substitution a minute ago for Covenant. Number 30, Alex Spence, the freshman guard from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Kirsch with the ball. We've got 10 seconds on the shot clock, and Kirsch is going to go ahead and just throw it up. No good. Oh, and Scott Joseph was coming away with the rebound, and it fell through her hands, off her foot, and out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a tough break. Maryville's going to have to really be careful in here. 5.8 seconds left in the first quarter. Keep Covenant from getting the ball underneath the basket.
Someone's going to have to throw something up, and they do there with a jumper. No good. And that is how we will conclude the first quarter. It's got kind of a low-scoring first quarter.
Yeah, exactly, Heath. A little bit, probably more reminiscent of last Wednesday when Maryville basically came out the second, third quarter and just ran away with the game.
Yeah, so, last game, you're right. Last game against Covenant, it was kind of low-scoring as well, and then Maryville really started to take off and run away with that as they beat Covenant on February 12th, 98-54. Had a closer game earlier this season, but the last game they played them, they just absolutely destroyed them, and I think they were hoping for much of the same, but they're in for a little battle so far, only a 10-point ball game, and Covenant certainly fighting to try to stay in this. We'll see if Maryville can continue to pull away as we just ended the first quarter. And, Scott, we'll just go ahead and stay right here because they're going to be back on the court in just a minute. But what does Covenant have to do today to come away with a victory?
Forget last Wednesday.
Yeah, that's probably
exactly.
a good start.
But that's the same thing for Maryville, too. They need to forget last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And remember that this is a team that did play them tough at their home, that Maryville needs to play this just as if they're playing anyone else.
Another thing, Scott, too, is that I think if you're Maryville, not only you've got Carruthers that they're probably keeping an eye on, but you've got a lot of other key players that are stepping up. Kelly Wandale has done so today. I think you really try to get the ball out of the hands of Hannah Monday. Hannah Monday, a key contributor last time they played, scoring 15. You forced them to shoot outside. Most of Covenant's points last game were inside the paint. So if Maryville can force them to shoot from the perimeter, I think they'll have a lot of success, as Covenant was 22% from the three-point line last Wednesday, where Maryville was 53. As another steal by Claire Varney, and as we begin the second quarter, she'll go up and she'll be fouled.
Hey, they're going to call that foul on number 33. That is Michaela Price.
Number 33, Michaela Price.
And that will be Michaela's second foul.
First free throw up and good for Varney. As we mentioned, last Wednesday, Maryville was clicking on all cylinders, shooting 58% from the field. Covenant only 26%, and Maryville 53% from the three-point line, thanks to Courtney Carruthers, who had 8 3-pointers. Very impressive. Cosette Kirsch with the ball. She'll move the ball around for Covenant, and now driving inside and going up with the basket is number 20, Alyssa Moore. She won't make it, but she will be fouled.
If they're going to call that foul on Courtney Carruthers, that will be her second foul.
At the line, number 20, Alyssa
Entering the game
Moore.
for Maryville Heath is Holland Gerald. She is replacing Carruthers.
First free throw, no good for Moore. Second free throw is good. Gerald's in the ball game, inbounds to Libby Gardner. Gardner will cross half court, get it over to Claire Varney on the right side of the wing. Varney inside to Wandell. Wandell sees nothing. She's decided to take it herself instead of pass it. Nope. Good defense by Kobe. Wandell's going to have to get rid of it. They'll move the ball around. Gerald's got it. Gerald's looking to get it back inside to Wandell. Wandell up, no good, but gets her own rebound. And we'll get it outside to Varney quickly. Varney, 3-ball. No good. Rebound, Wandell. Wandell over to Gardner. Gardner over to Gerald's. Gerald's taking it inside. Going up with it. Good.
Good move by Holland right there.
Yeah, good recognition, too, when they got the ball over to her, that she had room to drive and get to the paint and go up with it, and she does so and connects. Good response as Cosette Kirsch makes the basket inside. Gardner gets it over to Varney. Varney over to Shelby Hicks on the left side of the wing. Now back inside is a good cut by Varney. She's just unable to make the layup, and there's a foul inside.
Yeah, that foul's going to be on Holland Gerald.
Maryville, number 12, Holland Gerald, her first, team second.
That will be her first foul. Coming in now also.
Checking in for Maryville, a 6'3" junior from Dyersburg, Tennessee, number 11, Hannah Jones.
That will be number 11, Hannah Jones. And she is replacing Wandell.
Cosette Kirsch drives inside, kicks it out to Kobe. Kobe, jumper. No good. Rebounded by Varney. Varney looking to push. Did not have the number she wanted, so she slowed things down, gave it to Gardner. Gardner now to Hicks. Hicks will drive. Kick. Gerald's. Gerald's will take it inside. Gerald's will go up with it. Go up with a reverse. No good, and blocked by Kobe. She probably could have got away with Scott just going straight up with the layup. Tried to go fancy with it with the reverse, and there waiting on her was Kobe with a big-time block.
If we're going to have a kick ball on Claire as well. As Covenant Heath has called a 30-second timeout.
Well, Scott, let's take one with them. You're listening to MCScots.com's broadcast of the game with 7:43 left in the second quarter. It's Maryville 20, Covenant 9. Welcome back to the action as Covenant starts with the basketball. And almost losing it was Kobe, so she has to pick up her dribble and get rid of it. She'll get the ball back, though, go with the jumper. No good. Rebounded by Holland. Holland Geralds gets it over to Libby Gardner. Gardner to Shelby Hicks. Hicks to Hannah Jones inside, and Jones just can't quite grab it. And coming away with it is Alyssa Moore as Moore hands it off to Kirsch. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That was close. Kirsch gives it to Kobe. They kick it outside to Spence. Spence pump fakes.
And it cost Spence on a double dribble. He's entering the game for Maryville is Elsa Eckenrod along with Abby Joseph, replacing Holland Geralds and Shelby Hicks. And 22 for Covenant is Nicole Ridker.
Gardner with the ball. Three ball by Eckenrod, no good. And rebounded by Covenant. Listen Moore with the ball. Moore will drive, kick it outside, and now taking it in and kicking it right back out and going up with the shot is Kobe. No good, rebounded by Eckenrod. Eckenrod was looking to push, but Maryville wasn't ready, so they slow it down. They'll get it out to Joseph. Joseph three ball, no good.
Eighth Courtney Carruthers is going to be coming in, replacing Libby Gardner.
Barney to inbound. She gets it into Eckenrod. Eckenrod over to Carruthers. Three ball, no good. And rebounded by Covenant. Ball driving inside and unable to connect that time was Kirsch, and here comes Claire Varney. Hand off to Courtney Carruthers. Carruthers drives, goes up with it, and is fouled.
That foul is going to be on number 33. That is going to be Kayla Price. That'll be her third. Entering the game for Maryville as well is Kelly Wandell replacing Hannah Jones. Also entering the game is Riley Wagner.
First free throw good for Carruthers. Second free throw good. Alex Spence with the ball, and almost picked off by Eckenrod. And back to Spence, three ball, good.
Yeah, and I want to correct that. That wasn't Wagman that came in, that was Spence that came in.
How about that three ball from Spence, Scott? Back to a 10-point ball game. Looks like a zone, a little bit of a zone. 2-3 zone by Covenant. As Maryville will move the ball around. They'll get it over to Abby Joseph. Joseph back to Carruthers. Carruthers drives, good kick to Wandell and a basket. Kirsch comes down, cross half court.
That's one of the benefits of being a really good shooter is you draw the attention towards you. When you do, you open up your other players, especially like in that case, Wandell underneath.
Yeah. Three ball, no good. And Wandell tries to battle for it, but Covenant is able to come away with it. And a kick ball as they try to get it inside.
Shelby Hicks is entering the game for Maryville Hicks, replacing Elsa Eckenrod. Also, it looks like Monday returned for the Scots as well. Covenant.
Kirsch inbounds to Moore. Moore over to Kobe. Kobe thinks about a three, pump fakes and drives. Kicks it over to Monday, and Monday able to swing around Varney and go up with the shot. Varney gives it over to Carruthers. Carruthers to Joseph. Joseph tries to get it inside to Wandell, just a little bit overthrown, and ball turned over to Covenant. Kirsch with the ball. Kirsch to Kobe. Kobe to Moore. And that's going to be a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call that foul on Shelby Hicks. Looks like she was trying to push her way through the pick there and just got caught.
Yeah. Monday to inbound for Covenant. She'll get it in to Ruthie Moore. Moore will drive. Spin around. Good spin move. Just unable to connect. And Varney with the rebound. Claire Varney has been all over the place tonight, Scott. She'll give it to Abby Joseph. Joseph to Carruthers on the right side of the key as Coach Trevelyan calls out the play. Good hesitation move, but Carruthers trying to take it all herself, unable to connect, and Covenant coming away with it.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things, though, I've been watching, especially on Kirsch here a little bit, as she drives, that left arm is coming out. She's using a good arm bar to push her way through there.
The foul is on Maryville, number 42, Kelly Wandell, her second.
And they're going to call that foul on Kelly Wandell. That'll be her second. Libby Gardner enters the game as Wandell exits.
Inbounding is Kirsch. She gets it to Monday. Monday moves the ball to Kobe. Kobe guarded by Abby Joseph. She'll have to get rid of it as Ruthie Moore will take a three. No good. Rebounded by Covenant, and Kobe gets a chance. No good on the jumper. Rebounded by Monday. Monday up with it. No good. And finally coming away with it is Maryville, and here comes Claire Varney. She'll give it to Carruthers. Carruthers pumps, goes inside, throws it just a little too high off the glass there, and coming away with it is Covenant. Kirsch inside to Monday. Good pass, and Monday just turns around. No good on the shot, and Abby Joseph gets it. We've got 2:25 left here in the second quarter. It's a 10-point lead for Maryville, 24-14. As Coach Trevelyan tells Libby Gardner to slow some things down, calls out a play call, and here she goes. She'll give it to Varney, who comes around. They'll get it inside to Joseph. Joseph turns around, goes up, and no good. Good defense by Hannah Monday. Looked like she might have got a piece of it.
Just a little bit, but one of the things frustrating a coach is having so many point-blank shots and just coming up empty on it. You know, just like that second one on Monday that she's had right up underneath.
Mm-hmm. Well, and sometimes, Scott, as a post player, it's not always about the first move, but the second. And really, you get a team to bite a couple times in that first move. Next time, pump fake that first move and just go right around them.
Yeah.
Here comes Varney. She'll get it over on the right side of the key to Gardner. Gardner, good pass to Varney, and Varney with the basket. That was beautiful. It's like a little rainbow over the defense's head. Nobody was expecting it. Varney, like an open receiver going down the field, catches it right in front of her and goes up with the layup. Ruthie Moore gets it to Cosette Kirsch. Kirsch over to Kobe. Now in the hands of Alyssa Moore. Moore gets it to Ruthie Moore. Now back to Alyssa. Now in the hands of Cosette Kirsch. Kirsch drives. Floater. Good. We've got a minute left to play here in the first half as Maryville leads by 10. And Courtney Carruthers with the basketball. Joseph trying to establish some presence inside as Shelby Hicks will get it to her. And up and good.
Good job.
I think Joseph knew, Scott, she had a little bit of an advantage inside, and she got the ball from Shelby Hicks and made the most of it. Ruthie Moore with the ball. She'll give it up to Monday at the top of the key, and Monday will shoot a three. No good. Monday will get the ball back. No good on the jumper, and here comes Claire Varney. Takes it herself and makes the basket.
Yeah, Claire's got that down really well. So, especially when you get a lot of steals and you're leading the pack.
Yeah, a lot of practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Over 100 and I think 13 steals, 13 or 14 steals now for Claire Varney. As they'll get inside to Monday and blocked, and Maryville's just going to hold it. That's a smart move. And the clock will expire, Scott, and the end of the first half is over as Maryville leads Covenant 30-16. What a half from Maryville and a good way to start the USA South tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thing is, though, it doesn't matter what the score is at the first half. It matters what it is at the end of the second half.
Yeah.
So still a lot of basketball to play, but Maryville definitely off to a good start.
Yeah, they have played well. Got a little slow start for them, but got some things going. And Scott, as we mentioned, 30-16 Maryville leads. As you look at some of the halftime statistics here, Maryville shooting 39% from the field, 11% from the three-point line, and 58% from the free throw line. Not necessarily the statistics you want to hear overall. I would say, in general, it's going to be a tougher matchup and tougher ball game when you have those kind of stats. But Scott, they've done well defensively, which has certainly helped. As Covenant only shooting 22% from the field, 14% from the three-point line, and 50% from the free throw line. So overall, Maryville still going to continue to get things going offensively, but have done well defensively.
Oh, yeah, definitely been able to keep Covenant away for the most part from the basket. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Maryville a little frustrated. I could see it in Coach Pavilions, watching him, that Maryville would have down low passes that we were dropping out of bounds and missing, or down low, point blank shots that just weren't falling. So a little bit of frustration there. Through Claire Varney and Courtney Carruthers picked up the free throws a little bit more because Maryville was struggling there. But, overall still a good half.
Yeah. Well, I think the frustrating part, as you mentioned, Scott, is he knows what this team is capable of. So when he sees them struggle offensively for a consistent period of time, that's tough for a coach and a tough pill for him to swallow. I mean, you look at the last three games. They beat Covenant last Wednesday 98-54. They beat Westland on Friday 95-63. They beat Agnes Scott 65-29. While that score is not as high as the other two, the offensive efficiency and the gap between them and the opponent has been significant over the last three games. So you come into a game like today and only have 20 points or 30 points at the half, I think he expects a little bit more from his team.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The thing is, you just started tournament play. Really, you just played Saturday, so there really shouldn't be any jitters in that. But still, it's a whole new ball game, one and you're done. So a little bit more pressure than a normal regular season would be. But you're familiar with your opponent. You should be able to handle them pretty well. It's just a matter of trying to get your focus back in there and taking care of that.
Well, I think the thing, Scott, you've got to remind your team is, hey, when we're successful, it's when we're moving the basketball, because you saw a lot in the first half where players would try to just do it all themselves. And what more happened often than not is they weren't connecting on the basket. And what you've got to do is when you're taking that drive, keep your eyes open, because a lot of times the defense is going to crash and try to come after you and prevent you from scoring, especially if you've already left your defender. They're going to come help. And when they help, someone is left open. And Maryville's got to pay attention to that, because the last few games, Scott, they've had their best offensive output, I would say, of the season, because they were moving the ball. They were swinging the ball around, finding the open player, and continuing to move it until they had the best shot possible, and that really helped them a lot.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Heath. And like you said, just not getting the shots to fall. You're getting the looks, you're getting the passes to the players that need to have the passes. They're just not hitting the shots.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a struggle concerning that, of course, then again, you're kind of like hoping, well, we always get a little bit of a tough game, but we always bounce back. So maybe that will be a good and a bounce back against North Carolina Wesleyan on Saturday. But still, you need to be hitting these shots as they are. That's where the practice comes in. Point blank shots, again, are frustrating to a player as well, to know you had the shot right there and it just not getting it to fall. Basketball, for a round ball, can bounce as funny as a football can sometimes. It can go different directions. So.
Well, making the right basketball play on each possession is going to be the key for Maryville coming away with a victory, and we certainly hope they do, as they could, after this, move on to the second round of the USA South Tournament, where they would travel and they would play NC Westland on Saturday at 3 p.m. But we can talk more about that in the second half. Scott, we're going to take a break, And when we come back, we'll begin the third quarter of action here at Maryville College as your Maryville Scots lead the Covenant College Scots 30-16. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back as we begin the third quarter here on MCScots.com, and Maryville College begins with the basketball. Down low is Kelly Wandell as she gets it outside to Libby Gardner, and now in the hands of Elsa Eckenrod. Eckenrod, hand off to Gardner. Back to Eckenrod. Shot clock winding down. Eckenrod's going to take it inside. No good. And losing the rebound is Wandell, so Ruthie Moore comes away with it. She goes up, stripped away, and coming away with the steal is Gardner. Good pass, and another great one there as Claire Varney makes the basket.
Yeah, very tight passing. Little passing lane in there. I thought Shelby was going to go ahead and take that one up herself.
And ball in the hands of Kobe. She gives it to Moore. Moore tries to get around Varney. Moore's going to have to get rid of it. Shot clock winding down on this side of the court too. Someone's going to have to chuck it up. Kirsch is going to have to throw it up. There she does. Halfway blocked by Shelby Hicks. And Maryville coming away with it. A shot clock violation on Covenant. And so Maryville will take it from out of bounds. As Libby Gardner crosses half court. She gives it to Varney, who goes up inside. No good, but rebounded by Wandell. Wandell, good putback.
Yeah, I was going to mention a second ago that Claire had just reached double figures. Kelly's just joined her.
Yeah, that's awesome. Moore tries to get it inside, tipped away by Kelly Wandell. And Covenant will get it from out of bounds with 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Kirsch to inbounds. Kirsch inbounds to Monday. Monday over to Kobe. Kobe will get it, feed it Monday inside. Monday will turn, go up with it, and no good. Monday's shots are just not falling today, but there to get the rebound and put up the second chance opportunity is Ruthie Moore, the freshman guard.
Yeah, that came on the heels of Margot Kirby stealing the ball, or Kobe stealing the ball before Wandell could get to it and getting a nice pass in to get that basket. And then Wandell just scored on that one for Maryville to answer right back.
Ball inside to Monday. Monday trying to back down Wandell. Turns around with the jumper. No good, but she's fouled. And just been a tough night for Hannah Monday. Scored, I believe, 16 points the last time these two teams met, and Monday only with 3 points tonight.
And Heath just called the foul on Kelly as well, and Libby coming in, or Libby also exiting, though, as Carruthers and Joseph enter the game.
First free throw up and good for Monday.
Hey, be ready, press out.
Second free throw good as well as Shelby Hicks inbounds the ball to Claire Varney. And Varney will get the call from Coach Trevelyan on the sidelines, and she'll bring it across half court. She'll get it over to Carruthers now on the right side of the wing. Carruthers inside to Joseph. Joseph backs down Kobe. Turnaround jumper, good. Joseph, one of these talented freshmen on this Maryville College team that we'll be talking about for many years to come. Ruthie Moore with the basketball. Moore drives. Ball lost off of her foot, but there to recover is Alyssa Moore. Moore over to Kirsch. Kirsch inside to Monday. Monday calls for it. She'll turn, spin around. Good post move against Joseph Scott.
Yeah, tough defense by Joseph, just unable to get the right positioning on her.
Yeah, Monday spins around with the pivot foot and pump fakes Joseph, and then just goes up and under her and makes the basket. It's 38-22. Maryville up by 16 with 6:34 remaining here in the third quarter. Almost losing it. Good save by Maryville as Elsa Eckenrod will get it over to Joseph. Joseph thought about it. We'll give it right back to Eckenrod. Now to Hicks. Hicks jumper. No good. And rebounded by Covenant. Cosette Kirsch with the ball. Kirsch, a freshman guard at 5'5" from Austin, Texas. She'll go up with the three ball. No good. Rebounded by Claire. And Claire, good pass leading Joseph just a little too far. And Joseph tries to save it. and Covenant recovers.
Good hands by Claire. Good steal.
Great steal. And good
Nice
bounce
pass
passes.
by Carruthers.
How about that defensive play there, Scott, from Claire Varney? Covenant had numbers 2-1, and they try to get fancy with it and pass it in front of her, and she swipes it away, throws a pass forward, and then a good bounce pass, and she almost comes away with another steal.
Where you at, Elf?
So Claire harassing the Covenant Scots just a little bit. Their coach sees that, decides she's going to call a timeout. Got a 30-second timeout for Covenant. Now they've changed that to a full timeout.
Well, Scott, they take a full timeout. We'll take a full water break. As your score of 5:35 remaining in the third quarter, Maryville 40, Covenant 22. We'll be right back. And we're back as both teams back on the court, and Covenant trying to take a three ball, and they will connect as Michaela Price, the freshman guard from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, gets the three-pointer. Carruthers, jump shot, good.
Good shot right there by Carruthers.
Kirsch for three, good. Two big
Getting a
three-pointers.
little hot right there. That's their third three for the game as well.
.4 ball game as Elsa Eckenrod will drive. And losing the handle and coming away with it is Covenant. Covenant with a little momentum right now. Three ball. Good. 3 threes in a row for Covenant. They'll get it into Holland Geralds. Geralds over to Carruthers. Carruthers will push. Jump stop jumper. Good.
It looks like Courtney is starting to heat up just a little bit as well.
Well, and certainly not someone Covenant wants to see heat up, as Carruthers put 37 on them last time. Kirsch spins. She'll give it to Moore. Moore inside to Kobe. Kobe to Monday. And Elkenrod tried to get a hand on it and knock it out. And she will, but it went off the hands of Kobe last. So Maryville to inbound. And it looks like Covenant trying to trap. Full court
Trying
press.
to put a little pressure on Maryville. Entering the game back for Maryville Heath also is Libby Gardner and Shelby Hicks.
Good job breaking that trap by Gardner and then get it to Varney. Varney goes up with the layup. Good.
And she makes that left-handed layup look so easy.
All the time. 15-point lead for Maryville. Price with the ball. Now over to Moore. To Kobe. Outside to Moore. They'll get it inside to Monday. Monday double team. She's going to have to get rid of it. She does. Up top to Moore. Ruthie will look to drive. Nothing doing. Michaela Price, three ball. No good. Rebounded by Kobe. Good defense by Maryville. No one is having an opportunity to get an open shot. As they'll try to get it over to Moore. 5 on the shot clock. Someone's going to have to throw it up. Here we go. Kobe, three ball. No good. And Scott again, another rebound and another fresh shot clock. They'll get it over to Moore, and Moore connects on a three, and Covenant is storming back into this game.
Yeah, and as long as you continue to allow them to rebounds and take extra shots, they're eventually going to hit something. They're getting a lot more active, too, on defense as well, as Alyssa Moore is able to knock that ball away from Carruthers.
Yeah, Scott, they've got a lot of momentum right now. Maryville needs a big shot here to bust that bubble as they'll get it to Claire Varney. Varney Over in the corner to Gardner. Gardner, three, good!
Good shot right there. Definitely something that Maryville needed to kind of slow down this Covenant.
Put a
rush.
Band-Aid on the bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
30-second timeout by Maryville. 2:43 remaining in the third quarter. It's Maryville 49, Covenant 34. We'll be right back. We come back from a big three-pointer by the senior point guard, Libby Gardner, to extend this lead back out to 15 after Covenant was really getting things going. And
Good hands
now
by Carruthers.
Maryville comes away with the steal, and now the ball is in the hands of Claire Varney. He'll get it to Carruthers. Pump fake. Carruthers will drive. Jumper. Good.
Good shot by Courtney. That means that for her now because she's really starting to heat up.
Let's see, Scott. It looks like still waiting for an update in the system. So once I know.
So sorry.
No, it's okay. Once I know, you'll know. I'll definitely tell you in a few minutes. We'll keep an eye on that as Varney almost with another steal. Moore will drive. Back down Varney. Go up with the jumper and good. A little bit of a push off there by Moore.
Yeah, she lowered her shoulder quite a bit in that one and just drove right through Claire.
Abby Joseph with the ball. They'll swing it. Varney's got it. Kicks to Carruthers. Carruthers is going to have to take this herself. She drives, goes up, throws it up, no good.
Yeah,
And
that's one of those that she just needed to pass that ball off.
yeah, I think she felt the clock winding down and felt like she had to take it on her own. Wasn't able to connect, and now here comes Covenant. Basket good.
And that's kind of something she's going to learn as she gets older as well. That, you know, look for the open man, open lady, get the ball over to the, you know, to someone as quickly as possible.
Here comes Gardner. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Abby Joseph. Joseph's going to go back up with it. Good.
Job by Abby.
Ruthie Moore will drive. Almost stolen by Carruthers. She's going to have to give it to Alyssa Moore. Three ball, no good. Rebounded by Monday. Monday's going to go strong with it. No good, but she's fouled.
They're going to call that one on Abby Joseph. That will be Abby's second. Back in the game for Covenant is Michaela Price. She is replacing Margot Toby.
First free throw up and good. Second free throw, no good, and Shelby Hicks coming away with the rebound.
Hey, lead point! Lead point!
Gardner crosses the logo with the basketball, and Coach Trevelyan calls out the play. Offense gets set. And they're going to let the clock wind down here. Game clock, shot clock the same right now. Or under 10 seconds remaining. Look at it's Carruthers. Carruthers, tough defense. She's trying to dribble her way out of it. She'll step back, jumper, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, Scott, Maryville 53, Covenant 39. It all comes down to this. Winner moves on, loser goes home. Season over. Who wants it more? We'll find out in a moment. You're listening to MCScots.com. Scott, we're back to the action, and we've got some updated stats we'll give you in just a moment as Moore shoots a three ball and connects. Covenant is having themselves a night in the second half behind the arc.
Yeah, shooting a whole lot better than they did last Wednesday. Maryville just needs to continue to control the game and control the ball.
Yeah, slow things down and be smart with the basketball and play tough defense. As Libby Gardner has it, she'll spin around the defender. She'll hand it off to Shelby Hicks. Hicks will drive inside. Good pass to Wandale. No good on the basket, but Wandale gets her own rebound, goes up, and is fouled.
The foul is on Covenant.
All right, Scott, so some updated stats for you asked a minute ago. Courtney Carruthers and Claire Varney lead all scorers for Maryville with 13 apiece. Kelly Wandale with 12. Joseph with 8. Gardner 3. Holland Gerald's 2. Elsa Eckenrod with 2.
And that was Cubby's foul. That is her first foul. And update you, Kelly Wandale just hit number 13. And 14.
So Wandale now the leading scorer in today's ball game. Quite a night for Kelly Wandale. For Covenant, leading scorer Ruthie Moore with 13. Hannah Monday has started to get some more points on the board here in the second half. She had 8. She just hit another. She's got 10.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Monday. Not a lot Wandale could do about that one. Just a good jump back type shot. Hard for anyone to defend.
Varney has it. Varney looks to hand it off. Shows good bounce pass to Hicks. Hicks to Wandale. Wandale goes up, and Wandale is fouled again.
Going to call that one number 15. That will be Ruthie Moore. That will be her third foul.
Free throw up and good. Second free throw good for Wandale.
Yeah, that first free throw right there reminded me of old John Ward saying, nothing but the net. That's all it takes.
Yeah, Wandale a pretty good free throw shooter. She was leading the conference up for a while last year in free throws made. As here comes Claire Varney. Varney bounce pass to Hicks. Hicks layup good.
Good drive right there. That's how you do a fast break right there. Good job by both of them.
15-point game again for Maryville. 8:28 remains here in the fourth quarter. Winner will move on to play NC Westland at NC Westland on Saturday at 3 p.m.
The foul is on Maryville.
I think they're going to call that foul. Number 3, Libby Gardner. That will be her first foul. As Cassette Kirch goes to the line. Connects on the first. And misses the second. Rebound by Varney.
As Varney will cross half court, Coach Trevelyan will call out the play, and they slow things down. She'll get it over to Gardner. Gardner to Eckenrod up top. Eckenrod bounce pass to Hicks. Hicks turns, spins, and coming away with it is Eckenrod. But Eckenrod loses the handle, and it looks like Moore tried to go in and steal it, but they're going to say it went off Eckenrod last, so Covenant with the ball.
Carruthers and Joseph enter the game. Heath replacing Hicks and Libby Gardner, but it looked like, Eckenrod came in on the wrong side possibly on that play right there because Shelby wasn't expecting her there, and it looked like she got her in the mouth.
Well, a timeout on the court by Covenant, a full timeout. While they want to talk a few things over, it is a 14-point ball game. Maryville up with 8:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in just a minute. Covenant with the basketball as Moore looks to give it to Kirsch. Almost stolen, but Kirsch is able to recover. She'll pass to Ruthie Moore. Moore will drive, kick it outside to Kobe. Kobe, step back, jumper, good. And they're going to call that a three-pointer. Claire Varney comes over, gives it to Carruthers. Carruthers inside to Joseph. Joseph drives, Joseph up, no good, but Kelly Wendell's there to get the ball, and she'll go up, and she's fouled.
We're going to call that one on number 12, Heath. That is going to be Margot Kobe. That will be her second foul.
Her second, 3 of the team. At the line for Maryville, Kelly Wendell.
Free throw up and good from Wandale. And Scott, one score update for you in the USA South is Huntington leading LaGrange 20-16. Next free throw up and good for Wandale. As Kobe drives, she'll move it right back outside to Moore. Moore's got it now, ball in the hands of Kirsch. Kirsch trying to get inside. Good defense by Carruthers. Forces Kirsch to get rid of it. She'll give it to Kobe. Kobe back to Kirsch. Kirsch will drive. Kick to Monday. Jumper. No good. Rebounded by Monday.
If they're going to call that foul on Kelly Wendell, that will be her fourth foul. That's something Maryville doesn't need to have. Shelby Hickson entering the game for Maryville, exiting as Wendell along with Elsa Eckenrod as Libby Gardner comes back as well.
Kayla Price with the ball, gives it to Kirsch. Kirsch step back three, Paul. No good. Rebounded by Joseph. Joseph gives it to Gardner, slowing things down, gets the play call, hand off to Carruthers. Carruthers over to Varney. Varney, three ball. No good. And rebounded by Hannah Monday. Monday will get it to Kirsch. Kirsch will push tempo and get it down court to Kobe. Kobe will drive. Go up, no good. And rebounded by Abby Joseph.
Good defense by Courtney Carruthers there to be able to slow her down, make her adjust her shot, keep her from getting it up there.
6:15 remains in the fourth quarter. 61-48. Maryville up by 13. Oh, just a little bit in front of Abby Joseph there as the pass goes awry, and coming away with it is Covenant. Outside to Kobe. Kobe has an opening, sees nothing, decides to get it to Monday. Monday loses it, and Abby Joseph now with the ball. Here comes Maryville. Gardner crosses the logo. Ball in the hands now of Varney on the right side of the key. Varney inside to Joseph. Joseph will take her inside. Reverse layup, good. Kayla Price hands off to Kirsch. Kirsch will take it in. Kick it out. Ruthie Moore pump fake. Moore will drive. Jumper. Good. Scott with Abby Joseph's last shot. She's now the fourth player for Maryville to be in double digits today.
Abby a little frustrated right there. Looked like she got held on that one, and they called a walk on her instead. Hey, she's exiting the game as Holland Gerald re-enters for Maryville. And it looks like Covenant has called a timeout, Heath.
Yes, got a 13-point lead for Maryville. Covenant going to talk some things over and see if they can find their way back in this game with 4:54 left. And we'll find out as it'll all come down to this here in just a moment. Covenant with the ball and almost stripped away by Varney as Ruthie Moore has to bring it back out and give it to Kirsch. Kirsch now to Kobe. Kobe out to Moore. Moore shoots a three. Good.
Yeah, he's now a 10-point game. As Covenant is throwing some pressure on here. Luckily for Maryville, the ball went off Covenant's hands as they were really giving Libby and Claire both some trouble.
Barney will drive up with the basket. Good. Kirsch gets it over to Michaela Price. Back to Kirsch. Kirsch now gets it over to Moore. Now inside and stolen by Holland Gerald.
Yeah, good hands by Claire there to be able to deflect the ball. And Holland being able to ground that ball up quickly. As they've cut it to a 12-point game now.
Gerald drives inside.
She walked.
Walk.
That's one right there that she's going to have to learn. You need to go up with the ball. She had a clear look at the basket, use her height and go up with it.
Yeah.
Coming back in the game, Hayes for Maryville, second rod along with Wandale.
12-point lead for Maryville. 3:41 remains in this ball game. Kirsch swings it over to Michaela Price. But Price gets it back up top to Kirsch. Kirsch shoots a three. No good. And Eckenrod trying to battle for it, but it looks like it went off her last as it goes out of bounds. And Covenant with another opportunity. Three ball, no good. And off Eckenrod again, Scott, as Covenant will have another chance inbound. Nope.
Well, no, they're going to say it went off the Covenant player as well. So
I'll take it.
I agree with you. I thought that was the same thing. Back in for Maryville is Courtney Carruthers as she replaces Eckenrod.
They'll get it to Carruthers as Carruthers will bring it across half court. Carruthers takes it herself. Dishes to Wandale, but before she does, she's fouled.
Yeah, Heath, on a hold was Michaela Price as she tried to reach out and grab Carruthers coming by her. That'll be her fourth foul as she exits the game.
Next foul on Covenant, and Maryville is in the two-shot bonus.
And they just got it. Maryville just entered the two-shot bonus as Cosette Kirsch picks up her first foul, fouling Libby Gardner.
Scott, not a terrible thought, as a lot of the Maryville team members have struggled from the free throw line today. While they're shooting 72% from the free throw line, 6 of those have come from Kelly Wandale, who hasn't missed from the charity stripe. As they're missing on the second free throw is Gardner, and here comes Covenant. Stolen, and here comes Carruthers. Bounce past to Gardner. Gardner up. Good.
Good job right there between the two guards getting that ball down the court.
Kirsch almost loses it again. And Covenant will take a timeout. Looking at some of the stats right now while they're on this 30-second timeout, Maryville shooting 49% from the field, 18% from the three-point line, and 70% right now from the free throw line. Covenant 36% from the field, 36% from the three-point line, and 58% from the free throw line. This game is as close as it is, Scott, because of Covenant's ability to shoot the three ball here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely, Heath. They've been able to hit some really good shots, really put a lot of pressure on Maryville. As soon as they're hitting the threes, they're getting into a full court press, making Maryville really have to work for it.
Because overall, you look at the stats, and really Maryville's had the dominant game in all of their categories. Steals lead 16-5. Another big one. Points in the paint, 42-18, as Maryville's post presence has certainly been felt today. Covenant with the ball, and Kobe has it. Kobe will give it over to Kirsch. Kirsch will swing it to Moore. Moore's going to have to get rid of it. She gives it to Kirsch. Kirsch inside to Monday. Monday turns. Jumper. No good. Rebounded by Carruthers.
Good defense by Maryville there. As the clock gets down almost to 2 minutes, you really want to keep this game from getting any further than what it is. They had it down to a 10-point lead. Maryville's gotten it back up to 15.
30 seconds.
And a trap against Carruthers forces Coach Trevelyan to take a timeout. They'll take a full timeout. We'll take one with them. 2:05 remaining in the fourth. 68-53, Maryville leads. Maryville inbounding the ball to Libby Gardner. Now they'll get it to Claire Varney.
They're going to call a block there. That's on number 21. That will be Cossack Kirsch. That will be her second foul.
At the line for Maryville College, Claire Varney.
First free throw up and good by Varney. Second free throw good as well.
Yeah, definitely a big pickup in the second half on the free throw shooting for Maryville.
They'll get it over to Kobe. Kobe swings the ball around. Driving inside is Moore. Moore has nothing. She'll give it to Kirsch. Kirsch three ball. No good. And rebounded by Carruthers.
Hey, three spread, come on, Court. Three spread.
Carruthers will drive. No good on the layup. And here comes Covenant. Over to Kirsch. Kirsch to Kobe. Three ball. Good.
Three-pointer by Marco Kobe from Cossack.
Gardner with the basketball. Scott, we've got 1:13 remaining in this ball game. Tight pressure here as they're heavily guarding Gardner right now. Up close is Ruthie Moore. They'll give it over to Shelby Hicks, who's guarded by Kobe. Kobe, now Hicks gives it over to Varney. Varney to Gardner. Under a minute to play. Gardner hands it off to Carruthers.
I think that foul is going to be on Ruthie Moore. That will be her fourth.
Moore, her fourth. At the line for Maryville, Courtney.
And Coach Schuyler Bedford giving Margot Kobe a hug as she exits the game.
Yeah, Kobe, the lone senior. On this roster, Scott, is, I think, classy move there by Coach getting her around and giving an opportunity for everyone to kind of thank her for what she's done for the program, as Courtney Carruthers hits on her second free throw. And so it's 72-56. We've got 49 seconds remaining in this game. Spence with the ball. Spence gets it over to Moore. Moore inside to Monday. Monday, spin, jumper. No good. Rebounded by Varney. And fouled by Spence.
The foul is on Covenant number 30, Alex Spence, her first.
That would be Spencer's first foul as Varney goes to the line for Maryville.
First free throw up and good for Varney. Second free throw, no good. Next shot up and no good by Moore. Monday comes away with it. Monday up top. They'll swing it around. Spence three ball. No good.
Entering game for Covenant is Nicole Ridker as she replaces Hannah Monday. Richter, a sophomore, 5'7" guard from Front Royal, Virginia, Warren County High School. As Maryville lets the clock run out as Gardner stands on the big M in the center of the court.
Scott, that's how things will wrap up here as Maryville defeats Covenant 73-56. They will advance to the second round of the USA South Women's Basketball Conference Tournament, where they will play NC Westland, the number 2 seed from the East, on Saturday at NC Westland at 3 p.m. And Coach Scott, we'll get ready for Coach Trevelyan to come on the set with us for just a moment. As Coach Trevelyan coming on now.
Thank you. All right.
Coach, big-time win, first round of the tournament. Your thoughts of today's performance?
It's a first round of the conference tournament performance is what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's you're just trying to squeak through. I think there were some nerves early on. I mean, we had some opportunities early to put some bunnies in, and we didn't do that and could have opened it up a little bit. And so and I give Covenant all the credit. I mean, it's somebody's last game. And they played really, really hard, and they played as well as they could play. And they did some things to scramble us a little bit, and they made a lot of shots today. So I give them a lot of credit for playing hard. I'll give us credit for surviving.
Well, someone who played like it was her last game was senior Kelly Wandell, leading all scorers with 18.
Yeah, she was awesome, and it was from the very beginning all the way to the final horn. I mean, she played really, really hard on both ends of the floor. I mean, their post player, Hannah Monday's an all-conference post player for a reason. So that's a tough assignment on the defensive end. But then I thought Kelly was really good on the offensive end, kind of going right back at her. And so yeah, Kelly really set the tone for this. We're going to keep playing like it matters. And so I tip my hat to her.
Well, you got a couple days off now, Coach, and now you move on to play a team in NC Westland at NC Westland,
yep,
and a team that you haven't played this season. What do you work on going into that ball game?
Yeah, I mean, it's you sort of keep up with the other teams and the other half as much as you can through the course of the year to just kind of projecting, hey, this could happen, this could happen. So I've watched them a few times, and they're a really good team, well coached. Artina does a good job coaching. They play really well at home. They do a really nice job attacking off the bounce, so we'll have our work cut out for us there. And it's going to be tough. I mean, it's a long trip, and the crossovers are really hard. I mean, the one thing to our benefit is they haven't played us either. So on that front, everything is even. So you try to make up the road deficit and see if we can find a way to squeak through.
Well, Coach, with this being our last home game of the season, it's been a great season with you, and we certainly wish you best, and we'll be cheering you on from afar.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. You guys have a good one.
You too. And we'll bring Scott Dunkel back on the headset. And Scott, good win for Maryville, as Coach Trevelyan mentioned. Some opportunities, and it certainly, as he mentioned, looked like a first-round tournament game. Some struggles for just easy shots not falling in for his team, and hopefully some things, and I'm sure plenty on his list to clean up before Saturday.
Oh yeah, definitely, Heath. And as we kind of talked about during the halftime, that's kind of about what it really felt like. What we were seeing was just a little bit of nerves, it being a first-round game for Maryville in this tournament, especially a first-round game for a lot of the freshmen, that hadn't been in this situation before. Obviously you have your veterans, Claire and Abby, and along with Wandell, Kelly, and Shelby Hicks as well. But, like the coach said, Kelly played a great game from start to finish. I think that really helped set the tone for Maryville in that game, as, she's really going to be needed in the games coming up.
Well, it's got something that's going to need to be continued to be improved upon if you're Maryville, is free throws. Free throws were something they struggled with early in this ball game. They finished the night 19 of 26 from the free throw line, shooting 73% from there, but had a big helping hand was Kelly Wandell, who was 6 of 6 from the charity strike. Courtney Carruthers also 6 of 6, and then Claire Varney started to heat up. But early on, they struggled. I think they only made one of maybe their first 5 or 6, and then finally got some things going. But I'm going to just have to be consistent from the free throw line, especially as it gets deeper and deeper into a tournament run.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Free throws are going to be very important in any game that you play. And that's something that Maryville has got to be able to hit. Yeah, it looked like it took them a while. They were only 3 of 8 in the first quarter. And, that's not anything that you can do. That's 5 points given away. That's why they call it a free throw. They put it right there for that to give you an easy point, more or less. But, that's just something that comes with it. I think one of the things that I've seen, especially this year, is Elsa, who we saw last year having a tremendous season, struggling a little bit more this year. Just not, she's keeping the shots going. They're just not falling, and I think that's a little frustrating to Elsa.
Well, I think part of that too, though, Scott, is the roles have changed a little bit for Elsa. If you think about it, finding her identity and her role on this team, because you've got some more scorers this year in Courtney Carruthers and in Abby Joseph. So there hasn't been as big of a need for Elsa to have to step up and make the shots that we saw her make last season. So I think just trying to find that balance for her, being the defensive playmaker she is, when she does get her touches offensively, making them count. But just continuing to find the best player available at the time and getting to the right shot is going to be the biggest thing for Elsa and for the team to come away and continue on in this tournament. We certainly wish them the best. As we mentioned, just a lot of good statistics here. And I think the one that stood out to me the most, and I mentioned it near the end of the fourth quarter, Maryville, 44 points in the paint, Covenant with 18.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And as Coach Trevelyan had mentioned earlier, talking about Monday, really good ball player, but being able to kind of slow down her underneath, and then Kelly Wandell really taking over. Abby Joseph also getting in there as well. Getting a little bit, too, from Holland Gerald, seeing her get a little bit more aggressive and trying to get the shots in was really good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and they came away with a victory, so they'll be moving on. As, again, they will travel to NC Westland this upcoming Saturday, and they'll play them at 3 p.m. So we certainly wish them the best. And, Scott, it's been a heck of a season. It's gone by too fast, but it's been fun, and I certainly appreciate your help on the broadcast, and we appreciate all those here at Maryville College that put in their time each and every week to help out the games and everything that they do.
Oh, yes, and thank you very much, Heath. It's been a blast to do this again with you this year. Also want to give a really big thank you to all the fans that are listening.
Yeah.
It was really nice to meet some of the fans that have come up and said hello to us as well. We really appreciate that and know that you are listening. So we want to thank you as well. You've made this season, worthwhile.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. We definitely always love to meet the fans and get to hear about those who get to listen in on the broadcast and those that are coming to watch their kids play. And, we're rooting for them. Probably just almost as close as you are because we're so passionate about this school and watching this women's basketball team. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the many others we brought to you this season. And Scott, until next time, our sign off, your final score here, Maryville 73, Covenant 56. And until next time, I'm Heath Dunkel alongside Scott Dunkel saying so long, good night, and yes, that just happened.